Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor. Oh, the market has had a good day today. We're at about $121 billion in total market cap. The day started, as I recall, it was around $114 billion when the day started. And I just wanted to show you a few of the percentages. What's up the most is Litecoin. I wanted to focus in on this. This is what triggered the market today. And now it's hilarious that Litecoin triggered the market and why it triggered the market, and I wanted to discuss that for a minute. Notice XRP is up about 6%. Now, Litecoin, I literally, for the last year, I have heard almost nothing about Litecoin. And I mean literally almost nothing have I heard about Litecoin. In comparison to Ripple, it is like, it would be Ripple is a Saint Bernard and Litecoin is a flea. One flea on its back is how insignificant what Litecoin has going on versus what Ripple has going on for XRP, just with that one use case. So it's utterly hilarious. Litecoin goes up 30% on a day that they announced. It says the Litecoin Foundation has partnered with software development firm Beam to explore the implementation of a new protocol that would improve privacy and scalability. Well, guess what? XRP already is scalable. Litecoin and all those proof of work coins, that's part of their problem, is scalability. And so they're having to do all these patchwork, whether it's Lightning Network or this or that. It's all patchwork to make inferior technologies be able to compete with the superior technologies like XRP. And so this is like a nothing announcement compared to the announcements that Ripple has almost on a weekly basis. But don't worry, folks, because I want to tell you, I've been in quite a few of these XRP, these markets where XRP skyrockets, and it all evens itself out, folks. I know you think, oh, Ripple's making all these great announcements and XRP either goes down or doesn't move. Well, I'm here to tell you, folks, it all comes out in the wash. Ultimately, XRP always catches up to itself. And when it does, when it catches up to all of the great things that are happening, it will literally blow your socks off when it does. And for those of you that have not experienced something like this yet, it is so, like I showed that graphic this morning, the video from Willy Wonka where the kid is stuck in the chocolate, he falls in the chocolate pond or whatever, and then he gets stuck in that pipe. That's what all of that news, I mean, it's like the kid stuck in the pipe, and all that news has been going on all of 2018. Great news, partnerships, this, that. For Ripple, nothing. Well, when it happens, you're gonna know it, and you're not even gonna be able to sleep. You're gonna wake up every morning, you're gonna look at your phone, and you're gonna check the prices, and you're gonna turn to your wife or significant other or whatever, and you're going to say, I can't believe this is happening. Well, really, you should be able to believe it, because when it happens, when all of this goes off, and it will go off, and when it goes off, all that is going to be, it's going to seem like some crazy appreciation, but really all it is it's a lagging thing where all of the accomplishments and all of the infrastructure that's been laid in place, it hasn't happened it hasn't reflected in the price, and then all of a sudden it does reflect in the price. And so it's really, these bull runs are for XRP is really not irrational at all if you really appreciate what's coming and see the big picture. And we focus on the big picture here. Okay, I wanted to give you this from XRP Crypto Wolf, at XRP Crypto Wolf. Definite follow for those of you that don't. A proposed law in New Hampshire that would allow residents to pay their taxes with cryptocurrency is seeing some early traction after being passed unanimously by a subcommittee on the House Executive Departments and Administration Committee with amendments. And then he says down here, if the bill is approved by the House and Senate and signed by the Governor Christopher Sununu, it would direct the state treasurer to determine how it may accept cryptocurrencies for tax payments in November 2019. Actual acceptance of the cryptocurrencies would then commence in July 2020. Adoption, folks, adoption. It's everywhere. It's all around you. And you're about to see the advertisement of the adoption. It's going to wrap all around you, everywhere you are. Next, from XRP researcher, XRP investor, at XRP news _. This is interesting. And I wanted to show you this because this is something you'll find very interesting. Blockchain exchange to launch in Mauritius. Now, that word threw me. I was like, Mauritius? What is Mauritius? Is that a place? I didn't even know what that was. I'm about to show you what it is. But here's what's interesting. It says, we are pleased to announce the launch of Hydesea International Marketplace, a joint venture between Mindex Holdings Limited, GMEX Group Limited, and Hybrid Stock Exchange Corporation Limited, that will bring to market a revolutionary blockchain exchange platform based in Mauritius. Okay, now folks, we're online, and so these tiny little countries around the world, they can do things and literally help to change the world because of the lack of regulations. And they can, I mean, some really fascinating things are happening across the world, and I'm about to show you. Here's one of them. Listen to this. The following asset classes will be facilitated for trade in a digital tokenized format. Now, before I read these, I want you to just imagine, because I've talked about this a lot. Imagine your XRP being traded on platforms across the world where all assets have become liquid, so that instead of your XRP trading beside $121 billion, your XRP is traded alongside, since everything's in liquid form, in other words, tokenized, all of a sudden your XRP is traded alongside $200 trillion, folks. You see what happens to your investment just being in that pool of liquidity instead of alongside $121 billion in just digital assets? You see where this is going, folks? And that doesn't even include use case. Does it? That assumes that we're just talking about speculation. We're not talking about what Ripple's doing. We're not talking about what Coil's doing with use case. We're not talking about what Omni's doing. We're not talking about Raised in Space, which is the new one announced with Scooter Braun and the guy from BMG Records. We're not talking about any of that. We're just talking about speculation right now. This is one exchange right here. The following asset classes will be facilitated for trade in a digital tokenized format: kryptonized shares, kryptonized currencies, commodities, indices, forex, ETCs, exchange traded commodities, exchange traded funds, crypto exchange traded funds. I've told you over and over on this channel, every financial product that exists today, and some that have not been invented, from derivatives to mutual funds to ETFs, to, this was the first time I've ever heard this word, crypto exchange traded funds. So you're seeing an investment vehicle that has been literally, the term has been coined here recently, I guess. So now we have crypto exchange traded funds, CETFs. Okay, you see what I've been saying all along? This is all coming. Now, just for curiosity's sake, I wanted to show you, because that word just, I didn't know what this was. I didn't know if it was a place or what. Mauritius. Well, let's see where Mauritius is. You're going to learn. I'm going to give you a geography lesson. I had to give myself one because I did not know. Okay, so here's South Africa. Here's Madagascar. I showed my kid the Madagascar Disney cartoon the other day. If you zoom in, Mauritius is a tiny island right here. This is Mauritius. I don't know anything more about Mauritius, but I'm assuming that in Mauritius, they are going to create their own little crypto hub the way that Malta is doing. But the world's changing, folks. The world of money is changing big time. Okay, this is from Sergeant Obi-Wan. Bitcoin whales move millions in crypto as Ripple fires off 52 $0.75 million in XRP over-the-counter transfer. And he's referring to this article here. And this is pretty cool. Okay. Computer, hey, it's a Friday. It's late in the day. And my computer that I have not replaced yet is a little bit slow on firing here. Sorry. Okay. So they're referring to this. This is XRP transferred from Ripple over-the-counter distribution wallet. So you see somebody has obviously bought 52.7 million XRP worth $15.3 million, transferred it from the Ripple OTC distribution wallet. And then they showed you down here what's going on with Bitcoin. 10,888 BTC transferred from Binance to unknown wallet. And then they show you, here's a look at the rest of the big Bitcoin transfers in the last 36 hours. Look at all these Bitcoin transfers. $11 million, $6.8 million from Binance to unknown wallet, Bitfinex to unknown wallet, Bittrex. These are all, this one's Bitfinex to Bitstamp. But how cool is it to be in an economy that's so transparent where you can see things moving? Imagine if our central banks or our banks, if you could go on and or imagine just if companies, imagine if public companies weren't just held accountable for putting out financial statements because people are investing, the public is investing. Imagine a world where these public companies are not just having to be transparent in putting out financial statements, but imagine if we could actually see the movement of money from their wallet addresses so that we know how liquid those companies are and know for sure without, and that's a world that you can't be conned in if everything's truly transparent. Okay, moving along from my buddy. This is my James Bond buddy, at ECOSSEXRP1. Definite follow XRP community, and he sent me this article, and this was pretty cool. This article is about the Q4 earnings from ICE, which is the parent company of Bakkt, which is Bakkt is the crypto exchange that's being created by ICE, ICE being the parent company of New York Stock Exchange. And I just wanted to read you one quick thing from this. It says, speaking at the company's Q4 earnings conference call on Thursday, Chief Financial Officer Scott Hill says that ICE's strong cash generation will continue supporting key strategic initiatives, including fixed income, mortgages, along with our partners, the launch of Bakkt. And then he says, we have very, very large retail franchises, global connectivity to end users that we hope will be brought into that ecosystem and could create a very, very valuable company out of that initiative if our business plan plays out. So it's a bit of a moonshot bet, referring to Bakkt. I thought that was a pretty cool way to end your Friday. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button. And tell your friends and family that Bakkt is a moonshot bet because we're all headed to the moon. This is going to change the world. Thank you for listening.